Alright, so this is the second half of this video. Not the second half, but the second part. So I'm going to go back and elaborate a little more, because now I'm not crunched for time as much. I have another 5 minutes or 6 minutes. So, person who asked about the breath support. When you do a note, so like a if it's low enough, you might not need that much breath support. But as you go higher, or you start to scream, you want a lot more breath support. So like and you kind of put that downward pressure as if you're like going to the bathroom. Now, if you don't do it downward enough, you can kind of get into issues where it's just not, like, it's hurting. You may be trying to squeeze in your sides a little bit of your back, and you can end up with back aches, and your ribs might ache after doing it for too long. Now, also, it may be the case where you just need to do it more and do some breathing exercises to help you out. Or maybe the case we need to actually physically work out and do sit-ups, push-ups, crunches, anything, just to get your stomach muscles a little better. There's all these various aspects, so I would just recommend trying a little bit of all of them, keeping working out at the last part of it, just because why work out if you don't want to? Unless you want to work out, then try that, but after you work out that day, you might be a little, your diaphragm, you know, it might be a little harder to sing if you just did like 200 crunches. You just get the proper breath support. So there's a lot of different factors. So back to migraine person. I would say, so you also said that it just gets kind of hoarse, since I sometimes do it for a few songs at a time, but that really never hurts at all. So you're probably doing the correct technique, and as I said before, you most likely are just pushing too hard. I would recommend trying some breathing exercises. You and the other guy kind of have related questions. You know, try easing back as much as you can while still keeping the same tone. So try to get like a the scream, and then try with different amounts of breath pressure. Now, I find that if I push harder than that, it's just wasted effort. Because, like, I'm going to go that scream, and then I'm going to push harder. So, now, at some point, it gets a little better. And then at some point, it just stops getting better. So, there's a kind of happy area in between. You know, you need to just make a distinction there of what you want to do. And if you're recording, or if you're doing it live, or if you have a microphone, if you're just belting out for friends or whatever, there's various different amounts of breath support you need, and there's various amounts of different push you need. So just experiment with that, and I hope that helps. If not, send me a message, and I'll try to help a little better. So I'm trying to learn how to growl. I can make a nice sound when I'm doing it, really not loud, whispering almost. When I try to go louder, I just lose it. So I'm imagining that when you try to growl quiet, you're either doing this, whatever, I'm just making up random sounds, so they're like, yo, that kind of thing, or you're just kind of whispering, just like, yeah, that. Now, depending on which one you're doing, if you're doing the first one, they're like, that is the right technique, pretty much. It just needs breath support. So, you know, same as with the other people before you, who I just answered. You need to have this right diaphragm support. And there's another video I have before this about breathing exercises. And so, you kind of get that, yo, and you add more support. Yo. So as you can see, it's just the same technique. Various amounts of closure in the false chords, not the vocal chords, the false chords. Imagine, I mean, you can kind of go like, that sound is made by a false chords, and it's also what you do to do the low scream. So if you get a frustrated sigh like a, that's another way to do it. And you just want to make sure you have the right breath support and power. Just go for it for a few days. Just make sure you don't have any things you need your voice the next day, like a band practice, a show, or whatever. And just try it and just be safe about it, and you should be able to figure it out. And if you don't, again, ask me. You know, videos and audio things are like almost essential. Like when I can just see a text question and answer it 100%, that is like a freaking miracle. Because, you know, a lot of the times, you know, you'll try to explain it and you think it's clear, but since I don't know you and I haven't heard you do it, it's not very clear. Now, a lot of the times it is. Like, I feel like with at least half of you guys, I feel like advice I gave you should help your issue if you do it in the way that I mean to do it. But, you know, there's going to be a lot of people who, if I answer your question, it's not going to help you. So if it doesn't help you, I'm sorry. Just try, if you can, try to send me an audio file or a video or something in the comments here, in a message. And if I'll listen, I'll try to help. I may even make a whole video for you if it's something big. Or in the next video of this, I'll probably try to do these every time I get enough questions to justify doing them. Like, this is already pretty long, so I might do a little more often. If I get more questions, I'll probably have to eventually start ignoring some questions. But I'm going to try to answer almost every question. That's my goal, at least, until I start getting too many, you know. So someone asked me, I think this is the last one, can anyone sing with rasp with proper technique, or does your voice have to have a natural rasp? My voice doesn't have a natural rasp, and I feel like I do it with proper technique, because I can do like an hour long of singing, screaming, and rasping without having any issues. You mentioned Axl Rose. I don't know how to sing like that, or Tom Kiefer. You know, she's got a smile where it's... I don't know if he's doing... She's got a smile where it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories. I don't know if that's the technique he's doing. She's got a smile where it seems to be... I don't know the words either. You're sweet love of mine. I'm also butchering the notes. But, you know, I don't have a natural raspy voice, and I forget if you hear Axl Rose. I don't think he did, at least before. He might after 30 years of touring. I don't know who Tom Kiefer is. I might know this band, but you don't need a natural raspy voice. In fact, you shouldn't. If you have a natural raspy voice, you probably have a vocal problem. You probably should go get it fixed. You know, you want to be able to sing in 20 years. That's kind of the goal. Also, you want to be able to sing tomorrow. Your next show, whatever. You don't want to have to get vocal cord surgery. So, you know, some people, they kind of talk with a raspy voice just to kind of get that badass look. Like, you'll see some people talk, and they just, like, purposely talk with a little good new voice or something like that. And some people, they just do that to sound cool. Some people genuinely have vocal problems, or some people yell all day. So, like I work at a coffee shop, and you'll have a person in a construction truck come through it, like, in this gigantic truck, and he's like, can I get a large hot coffee? And, you know, some people do have that issue, or some people just kind of force their voice too much. And it's also important to make sure that when you talk, you're using proper technique as well. A lot of people lose their voice from talking over the bands that play after them. Meaning that if you play a show, 45 minutes, you're golden after that. Your voice is fine. And then you go in the crowd and you're talking to people for the next 2.5 hours in this very dry room, usually dry room. Maybe, you know, either way, people smoke, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a room, and it's very loud, and you're just, like, someone walks up to you, hey, good set, you know, you can't hear anything, so you're just like, oh, thanks, yeah, I had fun. And then, you know, you do that for 3 hours, pushing too hard, and you lose your voice. So it's a good thing to kind of, like, if you're at a concert or something, just to keep track of how loud you are, just put a finger over your ear, and then the vibration in your head will tell you if you're, like, talking like this, or if you're talking like this, and you're yelling, you'll feel it, and you'll hear it. So, I believe that is everything. I hope I didn't miss anyone. If I missed anyone, I'll probably make you your own video, or something, or for anyone I missed. But anyways, if you want to be in the next one of these, which I'll try to do pretty frequently, like twice a month or something, random goal. So as I said at the beginning, put your responses down in the comments of this video to get the questions answered for next video. This can be about vocal lessons, singing, screaming, recording, advice. I do record a lot of stuff. Guitar, any kind of audio engineering thing, again, with the recording. Engineering, like I'm a student of engineering, mechanical engineering, aerospace, stuff like that. Personal life, whatever, you know. Probably everyone's going to ask about singing just because that's the hot topic on my channel, at least now. Maybe some guitar. I would like to get some guitar questions just because I do, you know, guitar is actually my main instrument. A lot of people probably don't know that. I play guitar in a band. I used to do vocals and guitar in a band. Now I used to be in 2 bands. Now I'm only in 1 band, and I just do guitar and backup vocals. So a lot of people probably don't know that. But so, you know, ask me vocal questions or guitar lessons. And yep, so if you're still watching this incredibly long video, I don't know how long it is because it's not showing me the time, then thank you very much. I hope I helped everyone that asked their questions, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks, bye.